All right, family. We live in the flesh with the general. You already know what it is. We got a powerful episode today. We're talking about Donald Trump is lying about the military capabilities of the Iranian regime. He's saying the war is over and they bombing, them nations over there every day, every night. You see, and so yes, their capabilities may be dwindling. They very well may be dwindling, but they underestimated or they play stupid to the public as to how many missiles that the Iranian regime really had. You see, they really lied about that because number one, the Iranians knew that the Israelis and the United States was coming back. They already knew that. So you be a damn fool to just leave, to just leave your missiles and facilities and warehouses that that the United States and the Israelis have already identified. You be a damn fool. You see, and so they had already stored a lot of the missiles, a lot of the drones. They had already hit them in underground facilities, unknowing, where the United States, they didn't know the locations, and so that's what they shooting off. And so, I mean, how do you think them people over there feel? You talking about the war is over, and they blowing up, infrastructure in their nation, every day. They striking the Saudis. They are striking the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and everything over there. Real talk. And matter of fact, they punishing the Arabs even more so than the Israelis. This is what they saying, that they striking them. And so this is causing this whole region to be in almost on fire. And what's happening is this is what's happening as of now. Them nations over there are gonna unify against Iran. That's what's happening right now. Matter of fact, today that the Arab nations is already getting ready to go to the UN. And what they about to do is they about to do them just like they did Iraq. A lot of people think, oh, no. That's not what's happening. A lot of people are uh uh a lot of people are projecting the wrong information. You see, no way. They're about to get on them on a global scale. You see what I'm saying? Because they playing with them people's money over there. Not just the Arab, the Chinese. They ain't getting their oil and a whole lot of other nations, the European. So, it's playing to the point where they about to go to the UN. I don't think either that they're going tomorrow or very soon. And they about to have a resolution on Iran where they're going to get a global consensus to go in there. That's what's and I believe that's really what the United States was playing on anyway. That they would, because the one part of the United States going in there is one thing, but the other part of them attacking the Arab nation just because they got a United States base. Well, shit, the Europeans got United States bases. A lot of Asian nations got United States bases. So, you gonna bomb them? So the world is like, you out of pocket. If you get into it with a nation, it's between you and that nation. The Arab nations had already told United States that they couldn't fly from out of their country. You see, that you couldn't attack Iran from their country. They already stated that. But Iran chose to attack these nations anyway, you see? And so the world, that part of it is where the world gonna strike back at their ass. That's where they're gonna strike at them, you see? And they are building, a matter of fact, today, they had a resolution that they ready to go in. The Arab nations is ready to go into Iran too. So with that being said, if they saying that they are gonna be the ones that patrol the Strait of Hormuz and the Persian Gulf, so they're gonna send their own ships in there to make sure that the oil get out of there. If they continue to attack them other nations, they gonna go in there on their ass. They going in there on them. And so Iran has been backed into a corner. That's where they understand that they've been backed into a corner. So their time is officially running out. Their time is running out. Well, now it ain't about the the United States and the Israelis, by them attacking, which was the dumbest move they could have did, by them attacking other nations that didn't have anything to do with it. That brought the UN in there to say, you know what, y'all out of pocket. You see, you attacking other nations that have nothing to do, you out of pocket. They not flying ships from these nations or planes from these nations. So why are you attacking these nations? And so once they go to the UN, which is going to be very soon, and they vote, we know Russia and China, that ain't going to mean nothing. That ain't going to mean nothing. They're going to have the consensus to go in there and get them. They're going to have the consensus to go in there and get them, because you don't really need the UN. If another nation attack you and you haven't attacked them, that right there, you got a sovereign right to go to war with that nation. You see what I'm saying? So the Arab nations got a more legitimate right to attack Iran than anybody. You see what I'm saying? And so it don't make no difference. You see, it don't make no difference. It's a whole lot of nations that got bases, United States bases. And so you're going to attack every nation? You're going to attack every nation? Okay, you're going to attack it. Well, then that's going to be your ass, because they're going to run in there on you. And now you ain't no way you're going to beat the world. So you can forget that. Ain't no way you're going to beat the world. Stop it. Let's quit playing games. They're going to run in there and they're going to take over, and they're going to do Iran just like they did Iraq. That's what they're going to do. Okay, so just let it be known. Ain't no other way around that. Ain't no other way around that. So come up with another answer. You see, we you know what? Again, this is military strategy. This is not for people's emotionalism. See, a lot of people come with the emotionalism. You see what I'm saying? You come with the emotionalism. I can't do nothing for you. You see what I'm saying? I can't do nothing for you. You got to, don't come in here with your house shoes on. You see, don't come in here with your house shoes on and your house coat. You got to come in here with your Timberlands on. You see, you got to come in here with your Timberlands on. You come in here with your high heel house shoes on, and you emotional. We dealing with this from a military strategy. Them boys over there is about to take a serious L. Just know that. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's why, because that's why the Houthis then came into the picture. Yeah, this is why the Houthis then came into the picture, because what they're going to start doing, Saudi Arabia, they're going to just start selling from out the Red Sea. They just going to start selling out the Red Sea. That's what they're going to do. They're going to divert from out of the Persian Gulf, and they just going to start selling from out of the Red Sea. And that's why the Houthis starting to come into play. And so, it's going to be a world war over there, and it ain't going to take long to clean that up. Just be real with you. If you believe it, I tell you what, take your ass over there. Anybody don't believe, take your ass over there. If you feel comfortable that Iran and the Houthis is going to be victorious, nigga, get you a ticket, get you a camel, and take your ass on over there. And you know, and this is not based on emotionalism. This is based on military strategy. You see, based on what what is lining up as far as strategy, as far and we'll see if Russia or China is not going to come to Iran's aid. Russia gonna do what they could do, but not Babylon. Babylon is Cushite. You got to quit going into the biblical shit. You do the math, you got to do better than that. Do the math, your math ain't adding up. Don't come in here with that Babylon. Babylon was Cushite. You got to understand that that's Nimrod, Cushite. You see what I'm saying? You going in there and you taking the biblical, what the word I'm using when they slander of Cushite nations, which and that's don't do that. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, we maybe when them pale faces came in there, you understand what I'm saying? But that's from the origin of it. That's Cushite. You feel me? But anyway, yeah. It was Crowley. Yeah, well, Crowley crazy. Crowley, one of the most crazy Neanderthals ever walked on the planet. You see what I'm saying? You got to buckle in mess with Crowley. And so that's what's going down, family. That's what's going down. That but what Donald Trump most definitely is lying about the capabilities of the Iranians. That he is. He's most definitely, underestimated. They ain't hit nothing. That because they already knew they was coming, and they didn't took all they. Now what is going to happen is that they, once they run out of the missiles that they got, they're gonna be in trouble because they have bombed a lot of their production facilities. And so, they're going to be very strategic, with the missiles that they have. And so, which is going to be very detrimental. You see, it's going to be very detrimental. And it does show that, the missile defense systems, that they claim that they ain't stopping a lot of them missiles from coming in there. So, so that just show you that, a lot of bolstering has been, what people say the capabilities, how do you think United States beat Iran when Russians, well, again, because the other nations are lining up. I mean, listen here. Anybody, like I say, see, when we armchair, in dialogue, and we give our analysis, armchair analysis. Iran is in serious trouble. You see, when you talk about the destruction of their infrastructure, you see. Now, if they continue to shoot, China is not about to go against the world. See, China got some stake in the game, but at the end of the day, see, China got a lot of money moving out here with these other nations. So they not about to fuck their whole thing up over Iran. Russia ain't really got nothing to lose. So they're going to play devil's advocate all the time. But Russia ain't got nothing to give. Russia can't even beat Ukraine on the ground. What is you talking about? They've been over in Ukraine for damn near, don't need NATO. United States don't need NATO. Is y'all confused? Man, y'all must be confused. The United States don't need NATO. Stop this, man. Come on now. United States do not need NATO. You see what I'm saying? They ain't even took the gloves off on them. They over there playing games with them, man. They over there playing games. They ain't even took the gloves off on them. What are you talking about? They done destroyed a lot of shit over there right now. Y'all see, but see, people's is like I say, I'm not the type of one that I don't want to see destruction like that on no level, on nowhere on the planet. This is not something that, we say, in jest to see these people be destroyed like that. That's not what this is about. We don't want to see this type of level of aggression and destruction nowhere on the planet. You see what I'm saying? But there's a lot of, if you look at Palestine and what the Israelis did to Palestine, man, they damn near knocked down every goddamn building over there. Okay? Them people done took an L, man. Them people they can go over there and try to rebuild, but they done took a L. A lot of lives done been lost. You see, I don't see victory in no shit like that. You may see victory. I don't see victory. You see, when you can, when they come out of there, man, they're going to be, man, back in the Stone Age. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be back in the Stone Age. And they about to bring the hammer down on them real soon. You understand? They're not going to let them y'all keep looking at this TV, and yes, they is getting some, that ain't going to last too much longer. I'm telling y'all. They're not going to let them go too much longer before they drop the sludge hammer on them. Okay? Which is meaning gloves is going to be off. Right now, they attacking militaries, installations and things. Then they're going to go to exactly what Vladimir Putin is doing damn near in Ukraine. When they get to knocking out the infrastructure, the damn lights and the water, and you know what I'm saying? But see, this is the shit I'm talking about, because y'all don't know what you're talking about. When them people's over there ain't got water, you looking at the regime, but you're not looking at the average Joe and and his family on the ground. They ain't got no damn water. They ain't got no food or nothing like that. That's not no damn victory to me. You see what I'm saying? And many lives is going to be lost in the first days of of attacks like that, because people's are sick. You got to get help in there immediately. How in the hell you going to get help in there to the people and they bombing and on an escalated level like that? You say America and okay, from Iran, and USS Ford was destroyed. I don't know nothing about the USS Ford. You know what I'm saying? And we understand. I mean, damn, it's gonna be some casualties. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no casualties. We got to be we got to be serious. To say, oh, okay, then what about these 5,000-6,000 bombings that then went on in Iran? Are you serious? Do you need to see the pictures of that? One ship or two ships here and there or whatever? Yeah, you're gonna take some goddamn casualties in war. That's what war is. You see, at the end of the day, but we'll keep talking about this. We're not gonna go no, because I'm already knowing. I ain't even hesitating to let y'all know. I already know what's going on. Yeah, this didn't happen before. You see, it didn't happen before, but it's gonna escalate to where they're gonna deal with it. They're gonna deal with it. They're gonna go into Iran. And if they go in as a coalition, it's gonna be problems. It's gonna be problems. It's gonna be World War III. That's what is gonna happen. And I don't know who's gonna come to their aid, because Pakistan almost talking about coming into the war for Saudi Arabia, because they got a deal. So all them Arab nations is gonna side with each other. They're gonna side. All the Arab nations gonna side against them Iranians. So you got all the Arabs, and then you probably got the Europeans. They're gonna come in with the Arabs. You see what I'm saying? And some of them Asian nations gonna come in too, Japan and the rest of them. And so who gonna come to who gonna step in the game against United States? Who gonna come in and join in? I want to see. I want to see who gonna come in to the aid officially and step in, because they coming over there to see Iran. You see what I'm saying? No, sir. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, hey Ruaman, because you in it emotionally. Don't ever lead no brothers or sisters nowhere. Because if you can't see when an adversary got more, you understand, ammunition than you, and you telling these brothers and sisters that they can win a fucking war that they cannot win, nigga, you don't need to tell nobody shit. You need to sit your ass down, because you don't know what you talking about. You emotional, nigga. You emotional, nigga. This is a military situation requiring a military observation and decision. It don't require you with your panties on and your bra, nigga, coming in here because you emotional. You make a military analysis. Can your people, and if you lead your people into a fucking war, you know they cannot win. They outgunned. They out, you understand? They got, don't love me, nigga. Listen to what I'm telling you. You don't know what you talking about, nigga. Don't lead no brothers and sisters nowhere. Lead your own. If you believe, lead your family, nigga. Lead your family out there. And lead your family out there. No, it ain't no, we ain't got to agree to do nothing. Lead your family out there then, nigga. And let's see. Take your family out there. Yeah. Lead your family out there. That's when anybody out there don't lead your family out there and see what happens. See, you niggas too emotional. Y'all into this biblical shit that some angels with some horns in the goddamn sky gonna blow horns and angels gonna come to aid you. You see what I'm saying? In the goddamn art of war, it tells you a small army is can't fight no big goddamn army, nigga. Hey, Ruaman, get your ass out of here. Don't bring your ass on here. Bye, nigga. If I have, I tell you what. But I tell you what, niggas arrive with me. Nigga, you ain't no street nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I already know what kind of nigga you is. You sitting in there watching, you on the couch, nigga. You on the couch. I got to get cut right on into you. A couch nigga. You see what I'm saying? You ain't rolled nowhere, nigga. Because if you did and you felt that goddamn, that when you ride, nigga, and you feel that fear in your heart, nigga, when you riding, you understand what I'm saying? And you going into the heat of goddamn battle, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't felt that, nigga. And if you did, you understand what I'm saying? But you ain't felt that, nigga. Don't ever lead nobody nowhere. You see what I'm saying? Because if I got my G's and I know these niggas over here got way more firepower, I'm not going to lead my G's into no shit. You understand? I know they ain't prepared to win. That's just what it is. That's what you got to do. You see what I'm saying? You got to find another way. You can't see this type of firepower and say, oh, nigga, and they bombing the shit out the people. You understand why you ignorant ass niggas are supposed to be the leaders of the people, and you lead and they bombing the shit out the people. You understand? They dying, they starving. You understand what I'm saying? They bombing the shit out of their houses and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody coming to bring them water and food and medicine and shit. They the ones out there. You see? So that's why the art of war say, nigga, you politic when you in that predicament. You don't fucking, you know what I'm saying? You politic. Even if you have to deceive them motherfucker. You understand? You politic. You don't lead your people, nigga, into no altercation with a bigger goddamn army. You know that they gonna goddamn crush your ass if the gloves come off. And if the gloves come off, ain't nothing Iran could do with the United States. That's a fact. Yeah, they can cut the damn, certain geographicals. Yeah, that part, yeah, that's more political. Yeah, that's strategy. And that's what I mean by strategy. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they went and, and they cut the, but as far as going gun for gun and missile for missile and plane, they ain't even got no planes. They flying over their fucking shit, and they really bombing just military installations. But if they take the gloves off, which it shouldn't happen like that. But with these damn beasts today, they will bomb, the people. They'll start going. Now, next, what they're going to do is they're going to go to the infrastructure for real. You understand? They're going to knock the lights out. They're going to knock the lights out. The electricity going to go out. And that remind me of Katrina. You see what I'm saying? That remind me of Katrina. When you imagine that, the people got to look at that. When you look at Katrina and ain't nobody coming to aid you. You see what I'm saying? See, motherfuckers talking about they winning, but how is they winning and the goddamn peoples is in a fucked up predicament like that? And you losing lives like that. You see? So that due to fire alarm not being hit. True. I don't know. I ain't heard nothing about the USS Forward. You see, I ain't heard nothing. Yeah. Okay. Well, y'all say what y'all say what you want to say. Y'all say what y'all want to say. At the end of the day, we'll see. You see? We'll see. I tell you what, anybody believe it, switch sides, motherfucker. You got these niggas that they comfortable over here in America talking about they stepping up. I tell you what, if it's so comfortable, nigga, get you a motherfucking ticket and take your ass on over there. Then tell me how. That's all right. It's all right, family. It's all good. I tell you what, any motherfucker believe, I tell you what, get you a motherfucking ticket and switch sides. That's all you got to do. And then call us from over there. You understand what I'm saying? Call us from over there. Nigga, go live, nigga, if you can. If it's some electricity over there, see if you can go live over there. If it's a tower for a motherfucker to get some type of, see if you can go live over there, nigga. Yeah, I'm sick of you niggas. I'm sick of you niggas. Don't listen. Just because you call a military, that don't mean you aligning yourself, but you got to know how to deal with a motherfucker. So you got to analyzing. Yeah, China mad. China mad too, because they not getting their oil. So what they doing, it looks that like they attacking the United States, but the world is oil coming through there too. So they mad as a motherfucker because they motherfucking oil, their economy is shaky now. And so they not going to continue to let them, you understand what I'm saying, disrupt the oil coming through that goddamn strait, because the world is getting, I could see it that they understand that. And that at some point in time, you understand what I'm saying? Ain't no goddamn bricks. The hell you got some goddamn bricks? No goddamn bricks. The hell, people keep talking about bricks. No goddamn brick. They done took Venezuela. They done took the Panama Canal. You see what I'm saying? They done took it. And what the hell did y'all think they was gonna do? I mean, we thinking a military strategy. What the hell you think they was gonna do? I'm sick of it. Take the emotionalism out of it. And then, because if you start to think from a military standpoint, you can see a lot of this shit ahead of time. If you're emotional, just like every motherfucker, they've been saying all this same shit. They were saying about Iraq. They were saying that shit about Afghanistan. It was certain wars that they got their ass kicked in Vietnam, but the technology is way more advanced than that now. You see what I'm saying? It's way more advanced. And yes, you're going to have to put boots on the ground. You see, yes, you're going to have to put boots on the ground. And there's going to be some death. That's just reality. That's just motherfucking reality. But we'll see at the end of the day. But like I say, anybody that think for a second that Iran is really, take your ass on over there. Take a trip, nigga. Get you a goddamn ticket and go your ass over there, and then get on the internet and show us what the fuck going on over there. Show us they winning. Okay? Show us they winning, because you ain't got much longer. You see? Yeah. Yeah. Anybody, yeah. You know what? I don't even know what the fuck winning is. I don't know the operation. I don't know what winning is. I know they fuck a lot of shit up over there. I don't know what winning is. It might be worse. You see what I'm saying? It might be worse than what it was. I don't know. But I tell you what, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what their objective was. And you got to think Bush and them, they robbed the shit out of Saddam Hussein. You understand? Saddam Hussein had all type of gold in them palaces and shit. So they knew where a lot of his shit was. So we thinking, oh, they went over there. It's not all the time, what they say they over there doing. They went over there and robbed Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was rich as hell. So they went in there, they knocked holes all in his palaces. You understand? They got billions of dollars out of Saddam Hussein. They got billions of dollars. They look how many years they had to drain oil out of Iraq. You see what I'm saying? I mean, they was over there for 15, 20 goddamn years. Yeah. They was over there 15, 20 goddamn years. Think of how many goddamn barrels of oil that they pumped out of Iraq. You know what I'm saying? So so they probably pumped trillions and trillions of dollars worth of goddamn oil out of there. Then they went in his palaces and stole billions and billions of dollars off the man. And so that was really their objective. So, to beat Iran, they was Saddam Hussein was a menace. He was a menace. And I'm not saying it because, that's what it is. I'm not for or against what was going on over there. He was a menace over there. And so, yeah, he went in there fucking with what they perceived was they bag, and they went over there and got him. So at the end of the day, they knocked him off. They did the same thing with Gaddafi. These is all men that said that that they was gonna do something to the U.S. when they came, and they all failed. And that don't mean, so that's not me rooting and saying, no, it's a lot of motherfuckers that say that they win it and they lose. If they lose their life, they lose their regime. Iran, then they done knocked off damn near 50, 60 motherfuckers that was posed. And I know somebody else, but goddamn, man, they knocking. That's an L. That's an L. That's a motherfucking L, man. They knocked off motherfuckers that, like, damn, him too. They knocked off motherfuckers for the hell of it. Yeah. Listen here. They about to work out on them, man. You see, when the gloves come off, and like I say, go over there. Don't sit your ass over here and make no motherfucking analysis. I'm sick of you niggas. I'm sick of you. And like I say, and again, this is strategic. You see, if you believe it, get your ticket and get your ass on over there. And goddamn it, I want you to analyze that shit from over there and tell me that they winning. That's all I want you to do. You see? Yeah. That's what I want you to do. Yeah. Say they live here and want to lose. Yeah, that's real. That's real. It ain't that you rooting for, but it is what it is. Nah, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You have, it's chess. It's chess. It's motherfucking chess. It's not checkers. It's not Uno. You niggas playing Uno out there. You know, you niggas is playing Uno. But I'm going to tell y'all this. Don't lead a nigga nowhere. That's all I can tell you. Because if you can see a nigga and they strapped to their motherfucking teeth, and you take your soldiers, you take your homies into a war in the street, knowing that you outgunned, man, somebody need to do something to you, nigga. Straight up. You see? Straight up. You know what I'm saying? You got to at least say, man, look, man, they got such and such. Man, these niggas strapped. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't go over there with a 38 nigga and a damn 2.5 nigga, and they over there got 25 AKs and shit. And so that's the shit you gonna do. You see, that's the shit you gonna do. That's what you gonna do. You gonna lead them boys over there, knowing they outgunned, and you know you can't do that. Listen here. No, you ain't wrong. You're right. You're right. You see? So that's what I'm on. And see, this is why niggas is losing today. You see? This is why niggas is losing today. Because, I mean, you got to think. Why have black people been in the same predicament for so goddamn long? You see? Because they do everything but militarily strategize for victory. You niggas bring religion. This is what niggas do. Niggas bring the rules of religion to every. I don't care what a nigga talking about. Even if a nigga talking about cooking, nigga bring up religion. They don't give a goddamn about nothing. They come with emotionalism, and that come from niggas not training. When you train and shit, you see what I'm saying, and you physical. You see, when you physical and you begin to train your mind and your body like a soldier, you begin to be more militaristic in the sense of even when you working out, you know, what you need to deal with an adversary. You see what I'm saying? When you working out, you feel your weaknesses, you know, you begin to study the body, you know certain moves that you need to make, you understand the exercises you need to do to strengthen your weaknesses. So when you train your body and your mind as a warrior and a soldier on a daily basis, you begin to think on a militaristic level. A lot of you niggas got a blunt in your fucking mouth. You're a fucking 40 ounce nigga. You smoking all day, sitting on the couch, and you telling a nigga that these peoples is winning. These people, yeah, they in a fight. Yeah, they in a fight, and they supposed to be in one. We never said that Iran is the type of country that not gonna get no blows in. This is what we talking about right now. They got to be naive as hell to think that Iran was gonna fall down like that. So the blows that Iran is throwing right now, we expected. I know better than that. I knew they was gonna fight. I knew they was gonna do. In matter of fact, they hid a lot of their shit, which that was militaristic. See, people was thinking that Iran missiles could only go 1,000 miles. Trick their ass. They hit that damn island down there in fucking Diego Garcia. See, that's military. Play dead, nigga. Play like you're smaller than what you is. That's art of war. You don't play your hand. If you big, you play small. You see, if you big and you got things that they don't know you got, you play small so you can lure them in. And then when you lure them in, you got them in the web. You feel me? You done tricked them in the web. Now you can show them. You see what I'm saying? When they bombed them the first time and they said that they destroyed, they played dead. Oh yeah, you did. You did. All they did was move their shit somewhere else. They had already moved it at that point. They had already moved it at that point. That's militaristic. But this is a long fight. They went in there and they knocked out a lot of infrastructure. So whatever they got, that's what they got. And so they're gonna be very strategic in how they shoot it. They're gonna make sure that every time they send one of them missiles, it's gonna go somewhere where it's gonna hurt. That's one, but they got to keep, but they ain't gonna be able to reload once it's gone. You see, that's what the problem is. And they ain't gonna even let them shoot them all off. They're gonna go in there on them. They getting ready to go in there on them. Yeah, they went into the mountain, but that's what they learned that from Afghanistan. That's what they did in Afghanistan. They went right on up in the mountains. You see what I'm saying? And they fought, but they got some strategy for that up there too. They can make it a little harder than what they think, because they was over there for over 20 years. In Mogadishu, say they got, they probably did get their ass, but they wasn't over there trying to really do nothing over there. That was a little skirmish. But I tell you what, they had that motherfucking soldier over there. You keep talking about Mogadishu. Yeah, they took, but when they reloaded on their ass and they told them niggas over there in Mogadishu, if they don't have that goddamn soldier out there for them to get that and they seen what was coming back over there, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? They got that motherfucking soldiers out there quick. Them soldiers came from about it. I don't know what you talk. Yeah, when they first went in there, because they go in there, with no real intent. And if you fighting, I don't give a fuck what you got. If you ain't got no real intent, you understand, a cause to fight. You see, because if you got a cause to fight, you gonna fight. You see what I'm saying? Somebody attack your homeland, you gonna fight. That's a cause. See, a lot of these beasts, they is over there picking on motherfuckers. And so when you go in there and you ain't really got no cause, you in there tiptoeing and they caught your ass. You understand? They caught you and put some hands on you. You see? Yeah. But when they reloaded and say, "Oh, you got our soldiers," okay, I tell you what. When they seen them goddamn, they knocked a goddamn one of them Black Hawks. But when they seen about 1,000 more of them motherfuckers in them goddamn airplanes start flying over there, and them goddamn ships start pulling up out there on that goddamn water. You understand what I'm saying? They say, if you don't have that goddamn boy out here, them soldiers out here in 24 hours, we gonna show you what we gonna. You know what they did? They had that motherfucker out there. That's what they did. That's exactly what they did. You understand? Which they should have did. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna bring unnecessary mayhem and destruction on your people. You see, you already proved the point. You knocked the Black Hawks down. You exposed the motherfucker. You did that. You see what I'm saying? And so, okay, that aspect of it, you caught a motherfucker slipping. But now it's a different story. They coming in and they didn't reload it. You see what I'm saying? And what they gonna do, man? You gonna let them people? You gonna let them bomb your people like that? See, but this is what's wrong with these militaristic regimes at the top. You see, they don't think shit about the people. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a goddamn. Long as they can keep the resources and keep enough people to operate the resources, get the oil out of there. The other people, they don't give a fuck. They could bomb them. They don't care. So that's where, listen here, man. I don't know what you're talking about. If you're gonna bring some information, put the shit in there. What it is, explain what it is, and make your point. You see, that's all you had to do, Dutch. Don't come in here and say what this is and what that is. You understand? Yeah. Okay, so what is okay, and so what do they do? What do they do? Explain this to the people. You putting all this in here, the people don't understand none of this shit. Don't come in here putting Chinese in here. Now, if you're gonna put some information in there, put the shit on in there, man. You see, make it work. Tell us what it is. Okay, and so what it's gonna do? What is that supposed to mean? What is it gonna do? Okay, so you got an infantry fighting vehicle. Okay, so what is that? What is it gonna do? What is it gonna do? Can it withstand one of them the Moabs? If that goddamn, if that B-52, yeah, yeah, okay. What that got to do with any goddamn thing? Can it withstand one of them Moab? Now I'm gonna put some initials in there. Moab. So can that motherfucker? And you can be a brother. So that infantry fighting vehicle that you talking about from Russia? Okay, okay. Can that motherfucker withstand one of them Moabs when that B-52 fly over and you in one of them? Yeah. Yeah. That's all I want to know. Yeah. Can he withstand that Moab? I'm gonna put mine in there. Moab. You fit mother of all bombs. You see what I'm saying? So when you in that Russian infantry fighting vehicle and they fly over that motherfucker with that B-52 and they open that motherfucker up and them motherfuckers start falling out of there. All I want to know is can it withstand that Moab? That's all I want to know. Okay, get back with me with that. You see what I'm saying? Because you putting Russian shit in there. So obviously you from over there some damn where. And the Russians over there getting their ass kicked. Yeah, they over there getting their ass kicked by the Ukrainians. They've been over there 4 years talking about they the second most powerful nation on the planet. And they've been over there getting their ass kicked by a third world country for the last goddamn 4 years. It don't make no difference. How in the hell is they gonna bring anything like that over here? What the hell is you talking about? Ain't no goddamn Russians coming up. Nigga, everybody in the United States strapped. Nigga, strapped. Not only do you got the goddamn military, you got the motherfucking National Guard, you got the police. Everybody in America is strapped. So you gonna fight 300 million strapped motherfuckers. Ain't nobody coming nowhere near this motherfucker in no vehicle or nothing. If you gonna fight the United States, it's gonna be nuclear warfare. It ain't gonna be no other kind of way. It ain't gonna be no other kind of way. So yeah, stop that, man. You confused. Yeah, they don't want no smoke. But anyway, family, I appreciate you. This was a good video. I'm glad y'all can. Yeah, I'm glad you posted test. You know, but I'm not a fool. If I don't know something, I'm gonna most definitely ask you what it is. Have I studied Russian artillery, firepower, and plane? I study a little bit of it, but I don't study Russia like that because a lot of they technology is outdated. They outdated, man. They outdated. They still over there got tanks from goddamn World War II, man. Shit, man. Come on, man. Stop it. Anyway, family. Yeah. Look at it. Yeah. Y'all stop that shit out there. Anyway, we coming black, family. I appreciate y'all coming in here. Yeah. Yeah, them low cost drones. Yeah, they got some for that now. Yeah, they got some. Ukraine had tried to give the United States some shit. They got some shit. They knocking them motherfuckers out the sky. You see what I'm saying? So they got some technology for that. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I'll see y'all in a minute. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all get over there to Patreon, man. We got some fire up there. And I guarantee you, man, you gonna love it. Anyway, click that link at the top of the chat, and I'll see y'all black here in a minute. Black Power.